It was a cold autumn night, and the clock read 9:32 p.m. when Victor Stoll adjusted his leather coat and descended the damp stairs that led to the underground labyrinth. The air was thick with a metallic center mix of iron and mold that he found strangely comforting. To Victor, that place was more than a hideout. It was a sanctuary, a stage where he could enact his twisted form of justice. His footsteps echoed through the narrow corridors like funeral drums. The cracked concrete walls were covered in moss and messages carved by trembling hands. Help. Please get me out of here. God help us. Victor smiled as he read them, a shiver of pleasure running down his spine. Those silent screams were music to his ears, proof that his work was being done well. He stopped in front of a rusty door and pulled a key from his pocket. With a soft click, the door opened, revealing a dark room where 4 figures were tied up and blindfolded. Anna, Marcos, Clara, and Raphael, his new test subjects, each representing a sin he wanted to purge. Victor turned on a dim light, and the victims blinked, trying to adjust their eyes. "Good evening, my friends," he said, his voice soft and almost kind. "Welcome to my little game. Here, you'll have the chance to prove your worth, or not, Anna." The journalist was the first to speak, her voice shaky but determined. "Who are you? What do you want from us? I am the judge, the jury, and the executioner. And you are the defendants. Each of you has failed in some way, and now it's time to pay," Victor replied, tilting his head. He walked up to Marcos, the former police officer, and whispered, "You, who swore to protect and serve, but sold yourself for scraps. Let's see if your courage is just as easily bought." Marcos swallowed hard, but remained silent. Victor then touched Clara's face, the single mother, and said, "You stole to survive, but what does that teach your daughter? That the world is cruel. Well, you're about to find out just how cruel." A tear rolled down Clara's cheek. Finally, he faced Raphael, the arrogant teenager. "And you, kid, think life is a game. Let's see if you're good enough to beat this one." Victor clapped his hands, the sound echoing through the room. "The game is simple. Survive my riddles and traps, and maybe I'll let you go. But if you fail, ... the price is steep." He left the room, locked the door, and pressed a button that released the victim's restraints. The game had begun. Anna rubbed her wrists, trying to stay calm. "We need to get out of here, together." Marcos nodded. He mentioned Riddles. There must be a way out. Clara hugged her knees, trembling. "I just want to see my daughter again." Raphael, impulsive, was already searching the room. Here, a door with 4 locks and keys on the table. On the table, for rusty keys, sat next to a paper with a poem. 4 doors, 4 keys, one leads to liberty, the others to eternity. Choose with wisdom or face my wrath. Anna frowned. "It's a riddle. We need to find the right key." Marcos examined a key. They're identical, no markings. Clara noticed symbols on the doors: a sun, a moon, a star, and a cloud. Maybe the poem hints at which symbol to choose. Raphael suggested. Anna analyzed. Liberty might be the sun life and light. Eternity could mean death, like the moon or stars. Marcos agreed. "Let's try the sun." But Clara hesitated. It might be a trick. A sound of running water echoed, and the level began to rise. "Hurry!" shouted Raphael. Anna decided. The sun door. Marcos turned the key, but a blade dropped from the ceiling, nearly hitting him. "Wrong one," Anna muttered. The water was up to their knees. Clara suggested. The moon might mean eternity, but in a bad way. Raphael tried the stars. Guide travelers. Arrows shot out, one grazing his arm. Still not it, said Anna. Clara pointed to the cloud. Clouds can mean freedom or darkness. Desperate, Marcos turned the cloud's key. The door opened, revealing a dark hallway. No traps in sight. They ran, escaping the rising water. Victor watched through the cameras, smiling. They passed the first test. The next one will be more ... personal. He activated the next trap. Marcos and Clara were separated, locked in iron cages, each with a red button. His voice echoed, "Welcome to the game of choice. Press the button and you'll be freed, but the other will die from poisonous gas. 60 seconds. If neither presses it, both will die." Clara screamed, "Don't do it. Think of my daughter." Marcos hesitated. "I don't want to die, but I can't kill her." Victor laughed. 30 seconds. Clara cried, "My daughter needs me." Marcos stared at the button, his hand trembling. 10 seconds, Victor announced. At the last moment, Marcos pressed the button. Green gas filled Clara's cage. She fell, lifeless. Marcos was released, but he felt empty. Victor clapped. "Congratulations, Marcos. You're selfish enough to survive. But are you worthy?" Anna and Raphael, now alone, reached a hallway of distorted mirrors. "Don't look," said Anna, but Raphael saw his reflection move on its own, reaching out. "Anna, look at this." He touched the mirror-poisoned darts, fired. Anna yanked him back, saving him from the worst. "We need the exit," she said. They felt their way along the mirrors until Raphael found a piece of furniture. They pushed it aside, revealing a hidden passage, and ran. Victor guided Anatha, last survivor, to a room with 5 levers. Fire, water, earth, air, and an unknown symbol. One deactivates the traps and opens the exit. The others... You don't want to know, he said. "Why do you do this?" Anna asked. "Because humanity is weak. I give them a chance to prove their worth, but they all fail," Victor replied. Anna shook her head. "You're wrong. People can be good." Victor laughed, like Clara. Marcos killed her to survive. Angrily, Anna studied the levers. The unknown symbol combined all the elements, suggesting harmony. She pulled it. A click sounded, and a door opened. Victor frowned. "Impressive. You're the first to pass." Anna ran for the exit. "You'll let me go?" Victor smiled. "Of course. But the world out there is just like my labyrinth." She escaped, but Victor pressed a button, sealing the door, knowing she would never forget.